I smoked cigars for 40 years.
How do you feel about Issue 5, which is the public ban of smoking in the state of Ohio?
The only thing it's going to do is it's going to make smokers resent everybody else that passed it. I mean, we pay more taxes than everybody else.
I think it should be enacted.
It's wrong.
I think it's a good thing. I don't smoke, so I don't like getting secondhand smoke.
My favorite. I voted for it. I've got some breathing problems, and I don't really appreciate secondhand smoke.
Since, as you can tell, I have a cigarette in my hand, I think that the ban is indeed bullshit.
Yes.
That law is unfair to smokers.
Well, I support it. I enjoy being in places that are smoke-free.
All right, well, since you're for it, how do you feel about the government taking away our individual choice, though?
It took away my choice when I smoked and got cancer of the throat.
Yeah, it's because you're inhibiting other people's rights to clean air. So.
Well, if a person violates another person, then I think they're wrong.
I don't think that's very fair. No. That is unfortunate, but sometimes you have to have some sacrifices for things that you want to, I suppose.
What right do you have, if I go in a restaurant, be seated at a table, and you come in, smoke, and violate my area?
You realize that when you smoke, you're 2 to 3 times more likely to have a heart attack. How does that make you feel about your own health?
We're all gonna die someday.
Well, I wish I had considered that when I was younger.
The Grim Reaper will take us into his clutches.
I'd get a little bit more worried.
One way or another, whether it is by heart attack, falling off of a building, suicide, whatever. We're all gonna fucking die.
How do you feel that's going to affect the businesses in Ohio?
I've spent a lot of time in Massachusetts, Florida, and California, and they don't smoke, and they're not hurting for business at all.
I don't know how it will affect the bars. I'm not terribly concerned.
It's pointless, especially at bars, bowling alleys, any place where most of their business comes from alcohol. It's stupid.
It's going to affect them negatively. Everything that I've seen on the news and heard from people that have dealt with it, it does have a negative effect on businesses.
I think probably the bars and stuff like that, it's going to be more of an effect than like a restaurant,
We're getting used to it. We're getting used to it.
Well, like bars and stuff, they're going to cut back because people can't smoke there anymore, so just drink at home or something. But
Money wise.
What about secondhand smoke? It's actually more deadly and more harmful than the initial smoke. How do you feel about harming others with secondhand smoke?
They don't like my smoke. Don't come around me.
Hence why you smoke outside.
It's not that I like to harm people with it, which is why I do it outside.
And with the ban on smoking in public places, what other addictions do you think could arise?
Ooh, that's a good question. I guess you could always talk about smokeless tobacco. It could be another one people could go to. That'd be the number one thing that I would think of, but other than that, I guess people are just going to avoid the business altogether, unfortunately.
I see teenagers, today, they smoke, and then like my son's girlfriend, she smokes, but then she, tried other stuff like weed and stuff like that. I think it leads into stuff like that.
Hey, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you much.
Yeah,
you have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate your time.
Okay.
You folks have a nice one. Thank you much, man. Yep, see you. Thank you much.
Okay.
I appreciate it a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
You have a good evening.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say about that. Peace, motherfuckers.
Alrighty, well, thank you, man.
If I see you smoking, just be cool. I will kick your fucking ass.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Ban on smoking in public places in Ohio. Would you guys have a few minutes to spare?
Sorry, I'm a social studies teacher.
I haven't smoked for the last 20.